Bizagi provides powerful simulation capabilities that enable organizations to make better decisions by visualizing the impact of proposed ideas and changes prior to implementation in a real-world setting. Bizagi simulation is robust and easy to use. To better illustrate the advantages of analyzing your business operations using simulation in Bizagi, let us consider a practical example. Michael is a process analyst in a bank. He has identified some problems in the call center that manages varied queries, credit and debit card blockings, and services activation. Currently, calls take a long time to be processed. Customers are dissatisfied and some employees are complaining of work overload. Michael wants to analyze suggestions for improvement without disrupting the service. Moreover, the bank will not invest money and time in a proposed solution where the impact is uncertain or unknown. Michael decides to simulate the process using Bizagi to evaluate the ideas in a risk-free environment. To do so, he starts with the process model. He clicks on Simulation View to enter the simulation environment. Although Michael is not a simulation expert, it poses no problem. Through the 4 intuitive levels, he will progressively present the necessary information to mimic real-life system behaviors. In the first level, Process Validation, Michael checks that the process flow works as expected, ensuring calls are processed and flow routes followed according to probable scenarios. This step will prevent modeling errors showing up in the results of the successive levels. Once validated, Michael continues to the second level, Time Analysis. He defines the frequency with which calls arrive at the process and the durations of activities. The time analysis level shows the ideal end-to-end processing time under the current conditions. Now that Michael knows how the process should perform, he can introduce more realistic conditions to the existing model, taking into account the resources needed to perform tasks. In the third level, Resource Analysis, Michael defines the resources available and the requirements for each task. The simulation shows the resources utilizations and highlights possible delays in the process. The final level, Calendar Analysis, introduces time constraints such as shift work, staff breaks, holidays, and weekends that may affect the real performance of the process. Michael models these conditions by using calendars and defining the availability of resources during working hours. The simulation highlights a real-world problem, overutilization of resources, and significant process delays. Michael has been given a good approximation to the process reality. The impact of these proposed changes to the model should reflect the real world. What if Michael decides to evaluate the impact of altering resource distribution in the tasks? He intends to augment the availability of the overutilized resources. To do this, Michael creates a scenario with the same configuration as the original one. He makes the necessary changes in the resource's configuration to evaluate this theory. Once done, Michael performs a what-if analysis to compare the two scenarios and to make sure the impact is as desired. The analysis display results for easy comparison. Resources utilizations are now reasonable and processing times have been reduced. Michael easily improved the performance of the process. Now, there is a strong likelihood of convincing his manager to approve and implement the proposed changes to the call center and achieve the envisaged results.